The ability to run this at scale is going to happen because we're getting better and better at creating silicon that specializes in doing things in a massively parallelized way. And the cost of energy at the same time is getting cheaper and cheaper along with it. When you multiply these two things together, the effect of it is that you'll be able to run these models. The same output today will cost 1/10, as long as you ride the energy and compute curve for the next few years. So that's just going to naturally happen. I have two interesting takeaways. And one is maybe a little bit of a sidebar. So the sidebar is, if you guys were sitting on top of something that you thought was as foundational as Google search back in 1999, would you have sold 49% of it for $10 billion?
Hard no.
I think the answer is no. I think the answer is no.
Not in an environment where you have unlimited ability to raise capital.
This is something that we've said before, which is that ChatGPT is an incredibly important innovation, but it's an element of a platform who will get quickly commoditized because everybody will compete over time. And so I think what Microsoft is doing is the natural thing for somebody on the outside looking in at an entity that has 93% share of a very valuable category, which is, how can I scorch the earth?
Although it's existed since 2013, ChatGPT is the latest AI on the tongue of everyone in town. It is proven to be tested and trusted with a wide range of knowledge. However, this is limited as ChatGPT's beta form is not connected to the internet. Thus, it has limited information about specific searches like the crypto market. The slight inability of ChatGPT has fueled the race between Google and Microsoft on who will be the first to develop a higher AI with improved search features. However, Microsoft is leading the race since its latest announcement of the new and improved Bing, which uses the ChatGPT 4 model. Hello, and welcome to Metaverse World. In today's video, renowned venture capitalist Chamath Palihapitiya gives us his perspective on the future of AI and the war between Google and Microsoft. Before proceeding, kindly like and subscribe to our channel so you can get related and informative content from us.
You do your best by being exclusive to our AI agents, right? So you deprive other models of your content on your pages, because that will get litigated, and there is no way, just like, again, if you say do not crawl, you're not allowed to crawl if you're Google or Microsoft or search it. So, I mean, this is going to happen for these agents.
Chamath Palihapitiya's description of Google relates to a rose trapped between thorns. He tries to point out the present situation of Google in the AI race. Google is a multi-million-dollar company competing intensely with other more improved search engines. Instead of focusing on winning the race alone, it should create systems to defend all the information it has as a search engine. Specific information should be found on Google, not just on any search engines. If this is done, it tends to retain everything it has. These include its initial capital, shareholders, and name and fame. Creating systems while working on improving is one significant way of staying in the race and surviving the race. These systems will include getting possessions of specific AI agents with excellent content, buy into their information, and ensure only the AI agents for Google can crawl into the site. That way, data is secured and no technology can hijack it. The minute the information Google provides can be found on any other search, it loses the reason why the company grew when it first came out in 1990.
Saying, when you look at transformer architecture today, every LLM that you write on the same corpus of underlying data for training will get to the same answer. So my point is, today, if you're a company, the most important thing that you can do, especially if you have a $1 trillion plus market cap that could get competed away, is to figure out how to defend it. And so all I'm saying is, from the perspective of a shareholder of Google, and also from the perspective of if I was a board of director or a senior executive or the CEO, this should be the number one thing that I'm thinking about. And my framing of how to answer that question is build a competitive moat around two things. One is at the end, which is how much money and what kind of relationship do I have with my customers, including the publishers, and can I give them more?
With so many competitors in the market, Microsoft is the main one. One of the ways of getting a good defense is by margin destruction. Like the example Chamath Palihapitiya gave, a significant way of winning this race is by providing what the audience needs at accessible points. It's a competition. If Microsoft is going to win, it should have programs that will beat the average market margin. This time, they're taking demand at a higher advantage than the profit they will get from it. In the long run, they can start making moves to improve their revenue as a company. company. Most of the audience will have them as the leading search engine by this time, thus beating Google in the competition. The future of AI. Most people look at AI as the following generation search tool. They believe it tends to quickly answer questions, preventing their endless online scroll when looking for direct answers. This infers that both Google and Microsoft should up their games. Both AI is developing where more can be added to enhance their features. Both companies must work both business-wise and technology-wise to keep the race.
I said, how many engineers do you think it would take you, and how long would it take you to build a competitor? That was just a thought exercise. It would take hundreds of millions of dollars and years. Now imagine you were feeling threatened by Stripe. Imagine you're a large company. Visa, MasterCard, just as an example. You can now actually get one or two really smart people like him to lead an effort where you would say, here's a couple $100 million to compete with Stripe, but here are the boundary conditions. Number one is you can only hire 5 or 10 engineers. And so what you would do is you would actually use tools like this to write the code for you. And the ability to write code is going to be the first thing that these things do incredibly well with absolute precision. You can already do unit testing incredibly well, but it's going to go from unit testing to basically end-to-end testing. And you'll be able to build a version of Stripe extremely quickly and in a very lean way.
Google and Microsoft will have to reduce the money spent on hiring many people who work for them. The funds should be channeled into the capital of the company, improving and ensuring only their search engines can provide accurate and specific information, most especially present-day information. This way, building a solid business. Both companies can take a step back in time and use traditional capitalism to boost how they market their products. AI can do 1 billion people's work in very few seconds. A lot still needs to be worked on as it has tremendous and vast potential. Like it or not, it is the next big thing that aims at providing ease to the lifestyle of humans. Isn't that what technology is for, after all? Technology is making revolutionary changes in society. What the future holds for us humans is something of enormous wonder. Although most people might lose their jobs due to the improved AI, it will still benefit and ease our lives. What's your take on Chamath Palihapitiya's suggestion? If you've reached this far, like this video, subscribe to our channel, and press the notification bell so you may not miss any future updates. See you in another video. Until then, take care. Do let us know your views in the comments section.